everybody, it's Erica Leigh here. I love wrestling, you love wrestling, we love wrestling.
You're not here, you missing out. Is this show?
Welcome to the We Love Wrestling spot. We have Erica Leigh here. I know her from Erica Wrestles if you follow our Instagram. I'm just happy to have this conversation with this wrestler here. She's going to be on the upcoming Battle Club Pro Made Franchise Reign event on the second show at 7 p.m. facing Riley Shepard. How are you doing today, Erica?
I'm good. I'm facing Riley Shepard for the Pro Wrestling Magic Championship, the Heavyweight Championship. So I'm very excited for that match.
First time ever two women facing for that championship. As Joakim broke here. So how do you feel about being in that, making history?
You know what? I didn't even put two and two together until someone said it. I think either Riley said it or someone else posted about it. And I was like, oh, yeah, that is right. Like, that would be a first time for this title. It's pretty cool. It's pretty amazing.
Okay. Joining us is Danielle from the Pretty Heels. How are you doing, Danielle?
I'm hanging in there.
What's up, Danielle?
Right. So the first question I usually ask everybody is, Erica, why do you love wrestling, or what started your love for wrestling?
I didn't watch wrestling as a kid, so I know a lot of people have these like dream matchups in their head, or like venues that are really important to them, or like a style, a stipulation, like a match that they really, really want to do because they want to. And I only started watching wrestling in 2015, so I don't have like this childhood affinity or this like lifelong obsession. I went on a date and the guy was like, it's Monday, you get to watch Monday Night Raw with me and my roommates. And I was like, oh no, this is a terrible date. But it turns out I fell in love with wrestling. I fell in love with him. I never looked back on either. Like, I've been we got married, 3 years ago. We're still together. I still love wrestling. So it worked out pretty well, I'd say. But yeah, I don't know what it was. I think I just never gave it a chance as a kid. I was like, oh, weird kids like wrestling. I don't know about that. And no one in my family watched it, so I just wasn't exposed to it. So it was really the first time that anyone had been like, this is fun. You should watch it. And then, I don't know, it just clicked for me. I was like, oh, it's self-aware, and like some of the people are badasses, but like some of the people are, clown falls down, go boom sort of people, right? Like, I was like, I connect with that.
So, speaking that you connect with that, okay. So, watching you wrestle and everything, you like to kick people in the face. You do a lot of variations of suplexes.
Couple.
Now, I was watching a WWR show, and you do something that I don't have an issue with, but you have the crowd in the palm of your hands. You make everybody chant and scream poo poo and pee pee. I've never seen nobody get that over. How does that feel?
It was great. I love the amazement that people are like, how, why, but more importantly, how. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I don't know why that started, but I do take a lot of pride in being able to get that to work for myself, and just, walking into a place. I wrestled at Beyond before, so I've been in that venue once before, but it's not a crowd that's like familiar with me, or like walking into a place that I'm a newcomer and getting a lot of people to chant poo poo pee pee. I take a lot of pride in that. Who else, right?
Right. Speaking of poo poo and pee pee, we're gonna bring in a guy who smells like that. How you doing, Joakim?
Reckless.
What an intro.
Reckless.
I will have you know, I've been called by not only Effie, Rob Killjoy, Brody King, and Nick Gage that I'm the best smelling promoter in the fucking world.
That's
all right.
Oh, you got the name? You got a name drop like that? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Wow.
How you doing, Joakim?
I was a lot better till 5 seconds ago.
My fault, sir. Things do go left when you come on here, and I've seen you a lot of times in the last couple of days, so I had to get that out there. One of your dream opponents is a part of a company that we love wrestling, actually helps sponsors and everything. Mission Pro Wrestling. I heard that you wanted to face Thunder Rosa. Is this true?
I think she's one of the smoothest performers in the world today, for sure. I've been watching her for years. Like, I think I've seen she's on the East Coast a few times the last few years, and every time I see her, I'm like, could she be cooler? Could she be smoother? And somehow she ups her game every time I see her. I think she's an incredible performer. So yeah.
Good information, you know. Danielle, what's up? You done came in. You ain't said nothing. Talk to Erica.
I mean, I was letting it flow. I was hearing, what she was saying and talking about how huge the show is going to be and to be a part of history. So sometimes you don't have to say anything. You can.
Here's how I can bring y'all together. Danielle, she is this true, Erica? Jordan Blade, this is one of Danielle's favorite people. Is this
favorite?
Favorite. I heard she had a history in bringing you into wrestling and everything.
Yeah, she did. So, it's not like how it was in the old days, right? Like, pretty much anybody can find a wrestling ring and walk up to it. And my introduction to finding a place to train, we had a mutual friend on Facebook, and Jordan commented on something, and I was like, this person their profile picture has a wrestling ring in it. What is this? And I just messaged her out the blue. It was like a cold call. I was like, hey, we do know this person, so it's less weird, but can we get together and talk about wrestling maybe sometime soon? And she was like super warm and welcoming, which, like, in retrospect, that's a miracle. What a bizarre message to get. And we like got a drink and we talked about her training and her career so far, and I was like, okay, cool, this all sounds amazing, like, I love that. And she was like, all right, so you want to come to training on Sunday? And I was just like, well, I gotta arrange my schedule. Like, you don't have to see me do like push-ups first, like, well, how like, you don't have to see me run a mile, like, what? Go. And she was like, yeah, girl, just get in the car. So she brought me my first day of training. She has seen, every milestone of my training and career. Like, she's been there at all. First bump to first injury. Like, she's been not just a friend, rock. Like, for real, I would not have gotten through the first year of training without her. She's one of the best people I know. Shouts
out to Jordan Blade. Love Jordan Blade. Big fan.
Yeah.
I am. I was talking about her with Darius last night on the Darius Lockhart went live, and we were, he was just interacting. He was saying it was one person that he wouldn't mind getting into a match with. But I wanted, really quickly, I just wanted to talk about wrestling through COVID, right? I think that as a fan, I am so fortunate that, we had some great people and some great promotions. They did it safely. They did it to the best of their abilities, as far as they could, and still just provide wrestling for us throughout the global pandemic. And there was a bit of wrestling going on in the Northeast, not much, because our restrictions and guidelines and just, a lot of concern with safety and doing what we can when we can. But like, I want you to just briefly talk about like wrestling through COVID, right? Because it's one thing to wrestle, world's open, everything's cool. But to keep these things in mind, it's not like you could just have the pick of a litter of promotions to go to. There were only a few here and there. Like, what was it like wrestling through COVID?
Definitely like a total gear shift, right? I'm still like very young in the business, so I was just getting used to what it was like on the road and like jumping in cars and showing up places to help out and just being everywhere that I could. And then all of a sudden that was like the biggest no. Like, we're not jumping in cars, we're not showing up places, you can't come unannounced. So it's definitely like a total change of mindset there were those, a few months there where nobody was doing anything. So it was like forced break. But I was really, really fortunate to already have connections with places that were going to do like closed tapings. So like, no fans. Sometimes the rest of the roster is like acting making noise and sometimes not. So sometimes it's totally silent, which is the opposite of what we're all used to. But it was very fortunate to have those places available for that, because that was the only thing we were doing for a while, was just those tapings. And then as fans started trickling in, social distance seating and like maximum capacities and everybody getting tested, all the workers getting tested before coming to these shows. That was a big thing. There were a couple of shows that I had been contacted to do. I was like, well, are you requiring COVID tests? And that answered, I was going to work there, just because, we're already making these choices. They're already. So to do it as safely as possible was always my like top priority. I was like, I'm already traveling during a pandemic, already wrestling during a pandemic. The least we can do is try to keep each other safe. So I really appreciated that there were so many promotions that were willing to take those steps and say like, hey guys, like, haven't seen proof of COVID, 5 of you, get them in before the weekend. Stuff like that was really, I felt that it was necessary. I was just happy to see a lot of fans taking that step to take care of the people, putting on the shows. So definitely a huge gear shift from everything that we're all, but a lot of real content came out of it. A lot of really creative content came out of it. A lot of like cinematic matches and just pushing the envelope, what we're used to. And I, making lemonade out of lemons, but some pretty cool stuff came out of it. Like the Wrestlers Take Manhattan from Uncanny Attractions. That was a show. That was an amazing show. Every match was super different. It was, and that's what the point of every wrestling show is supposed to be, right? Like every match has something for someone. The same match 8, 9, 10 times, and that show the epitome of that. There's wildly different matches all strung together by one. A really cool show. Still IWTV if anybody wants to check it out.
So I guess my last comment would be just to circle back, and then I'll pass it back to Terry. One thing that you said that I'm going to make my personal mantra, like for the second half of 2021, is really honing in and like leading by example on the importance of, like you said, cross promotion, cross collaborating, right? So you're defending this title on this Battle Club Pro show, but it's understood that, like, in the Northeast, we're family. So if you can work there, you can work here. There are promotions that work together, and I think that's one of the unique things that we have up north. And Joakim, check me if I'm wrong, right? But that's one thing I do take absolute pride in the north is we can cross promote. We can work together. If someone's here, okay, well, we're gonna see if we can get you on this show if we if the card's too stacked or whatever it is. So just being a part of that, like, thank you. And spread the word. Like, I think, like you said, a lot of wrestling should come more so together, because it's all about love. Like, well, as Terry would say, right? We love wrestling, so that's what this is about. Everyone's got their own promotion, everyone's got their own show, but there's nothing wrong as what Joakim mentioned earlier, like making it a cookout, right? Everybody brings their dishes to the situation, and we just have a great party together. So thank you, for being a part of this history that's going to be made, and like, this cross promoting, you defending this title, on this other show, but it's still just as large of an event. And I'm sure, the situation will reverse eventually down the line, but I really just wanted to make sure that we hone in and touch on that and like set an example we're following across the rest of the country, that, promotions can work together, regions can work together, so hopefully Thunder Rosa heard that, and she'll appear at a Battle Club show. She'll come up from Texas
again. Yeah, hopefully.
And Battle Club does not mind. I'm gonna go out there and go.
Hey, we ain't talking business on here. Yes, cut that out.
We gotta put it in the universe, Terry, for it to happen.
It's gonna be in the universe. Trust me, it's already there.
We're but always right? Like we're working together, but we're also always promoting. There's always business to be done.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Don't let some get let me stop. Joakim, let's circle back to something that Danielle was talking to Erica about. What type of protocols will you have in place at your event to make sure that the fans come in
Wonderful.
safe?
All the I hope everyone's vaccinated, but if they're not, I would prefer a day before rapid test results of a negative, but 2 or 3 days before it'll be okay. I have purchased KN95 masks for everyone in attendance. Everyone. So I have hundreds of KN95 masks, color coded, whether you're part of the show or you're a fan. I have 2 industrial strength air purifiers that are in the Fallout Shelter school that I will be bringing over. Even though we're going to keep the doors open and the windows open for ventilation, we're still going to purify the air. Hand sanitizer. I have more hand sanitizer than I know what to do with. And temperature checks.
Mm.
And if you come, last thing is this physical distancing. If you come in a group, you'll be grouped together apart from other people.
Mm.
I love it. I love it.
They're calling it pods. That's the
But
pop term now. Pods.
Yeah. It's all so important because the last thing now is, we're starting to overcome this. People are starting to get vaccinated. I'm vaccinated. I got both my shots.
Nice.
But the last thing we need now is to start, backsliding on it.
Right.
And I think it's awesome to have all these precautions set. A lot of people, if they say you're doing too much, it's like, well, what's the alternative, right? Like, do we have more problems? No.
What else you got for me, Terry? Come on, bring it. What else you got?
You don't want me to bring it.
I bring it,
bro.
Bring it.
I want to go back to Erica. Well,
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna come back to you, but let me go back to Erica. Erica, so as I'm looking at stuff, are you stuck in the 90s?
I think a little bit. All of us are a little bit stuck in the past. I love nostalgia. I think it's just a fun decade to pull inspiration from. I think the fashion is up my alley, right? Like I'm a tacky person. I'm Captain Cringe. I'm not that
Captain
Cringe. That's a Twitter name.
Captain Cringe is in the house. That's my true identity. So I like that fashion that's like loud and kind of ugly, very tacky. Like it speaks to me on a very personal level. And I like a lot of the music. So stuck, maybe not, but definitely a lot of inspiration. A lot of cheesy movies from the 90s. Lisa Frank, obviously, big inspiration.
I dig it. I don't have a problem with it. But
I love Lisa Frank. Love Lisa Frank.
Right? I is like dolphins and tigers and cheeseburgers, like all of the.
Yes, neon cats, everything.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm gonna get Terry a Lisa Frank shirt.
Do you own a do you own you got me? Do you own a pair of Zumbas?
We're all talking about how much we love Lisa Frank.
I don't have an issue with her. I just haven't thought about Lisa Frank in so long, so I don't know. So it's like, okay, yeah. I'm indifferent.
All right, indifferent is negative, I guess. Take that.
Yeah. I don't know. Then you'll just threw me off. Erica, do you own a pair of Zumbas? Yes, Zumbas.
No.
Gotta get
I have avoided that trend. I have a fanny pack. I have Velcro stickers, but I have avoided thus far giving in their Zumbas.
You got to go all in.
Some may say that, why not? All or nothing, 100%, but we'll see what the
pair of Zumbas, get you a bandana, wrap it around it. I'm just the gloves, the workout gloves. That's like, I'm just saying, go all in.
Yeah.
So you have your Pro Wrestling Magic title championship. And Joakim has this tournament going on for the franchise championship in Battle Club. Just sitting here, thinking, I saw you saying you was going to go around and, collect championships. It's right here, right now, Joakim. Erica, would you like to face the franchise champion, whoever it comes out to be?
Ooh. Well, I'm going to cut her off because
Here,
Terry, no hot tag right now. No hot tag. Hold on. I'm still working the leg.
Okay.
Terry just likes provoking breaking news. We're going to do Anything You Can Do Part 2. All intergender sometime this year. So if Erica's got the brass tacks and still has that strap, maybe if a guy wins the tournament, we can do that. Maybe if one of the women in the title and we do WCW 2, we can do that. Let's see. I'm down. Just got to see if Magic's ready to test their metal.
Terry out here telling me I can't talk business, but he's talking business.
Right? Yeah. It's just like, you should take this match. And then
I wasn't talking business. I asked, would she be interested in facing the franchise champion?
That's talking business.
That's not talking business at all.
Yes, it is. Because you said possibly setting it up.
She possibly, but she put on Twitter that she was collecting championships. So I just wanted to know, you know what I'm saying? Is that one that she looked at? She might be trying to get the Infinity Gauntlet.
I'm with it. Go for it.
I'm just saying.
She got the Soul Stone. She's going for the Time Stone.
I'm just saying. So, so I did see you on the WWR show, but Riley Shepard had a amazing performance this weekend also.
Yeah. And it was her birthday.
It was her birthday. I did wish her another happy belated birthday to you if you watch this. Are you worried about this? I know you're not worried, but she's coming for that title.
Yeah, for sure. Worried, not the right word. I feel like you always have to go into matches prepared more than worried. But she's a beast, right? I mean, she's strong. I'm well aware of her talents and her strengths and her skills, and I'm getting myself prepared. That's what I'll say.
Okay. Erica, tell him you're not worried, you ready.
That's right. That's right.
I'm here for all the heel shit.
There you go.
All right. I'm gonna ask one more question, and then I'm gonna let Joakim and Danielle do their thing before we do our last spot. 90s cartoons. Did you watch them? Are you familiar with them?
I'm familiar with a few. I will say I didn't watch a ton of animated shows growing up. I watched a lot of Frasier.
What?
With Kelsey Grammer?
The very one.
This could start a whole different now. We not okay.
You are an old young child.
I watched some Frasier too, but that's just
So I got a question though. Niles or Frasier?
Niles. Niles every time.
Yes.
Frasier's the villain of that
series. Yes.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, Niles every time.
I didn't really do Frasier, but I know Sideshow Bob.
Oh man.
I was a Simpsons kid. Terry gonna clothesline me when he see me.
Nah, I'm good. Erica, it's the put you on the spot moment.
Oh
wait. Let me put her over. I want to do this. Let me put her over.
Oh,
please let me put her over.
Okay, hold on, Joakim.
Okay. Put the day is you should make it say put Erica over.
Oh man, hold on.
Come on.
You make it
clickety clack. Get the clickety clack. Do Shawn Michaels. Yeah, you want to introduce me as someone who smells like pee-pee and poop? Well, I'm putting you to work.
Let's go.
There you go. All right. So, January 2020, I get a message from Erica Leigh. Hey, I'd love to help. I know there's no room on the show, but I'd love to just help. I was very honest. I don't want her. I told her straight up, I'm not asking for help because I can't pay. You know, the budget's tight. I cannot pay you. If you show up and you're volunteering, I would greatly appreciate it, but I cannot pay you, so you do not have to do it. She goes, I'll be there. This woman is so tough. She's the one that ran security at the door. I left her at the door and no one went past her. No one tried to sneak in for the free show. I'm putting her over because it's a testament to someone's will. A year and a half ago, she was helping me keep the building in order. A year and a half later, she's defending your newly won World Heavyweight title on my show in a very prominent position on the second show of May the Franchise Reign. I will forever put Erica over because she's just as nice as everyone thinks she is, and she's an even harder worker. So I'm looking forward to making history with her. I'm proud that I've had this opportunity, and like I said, in a year and a half, everything can change. We've all seen it. You know, we can go back 5, 6, 7, 8 years. Kevin Owens is on the Colt Cabana show talking about, I'm thinking about quitting, get signed, and look at him now. The testament to all these athletes' will is just undeniable. She went from working the door, and now she's one of the main event showcase matches on my show. So, Erica, you're a goddamn rock star.
Yes, Erica.
Thank you so much. Your honesty then, too, when you were like, I've got nothing for you. Absolutely no money. Do not come. You don't expect anything else. This is what it is. I was like, I love that. I love honesty. I love someone telling me stuff. I'll be there. I remember that for sure.
Oh man, so Erica, now it's the put yourself over moment. Now what this is, let me explain to you what this is. This is just where you tell the people your social media,
okay,
anything you got coming up, anywhere they can go and support you at. We just want you to put yourself over so the people can support you.
Great. Yeah. Wrestle. I think Instagram underscore, but if you search Erica Wrestles, I'll come up anyway. Erica Leigh on Facebook. I've got a few things coming up this weekend on Friday the 21st. I will be at the LVAC show, the Lehigh Valley Let's Hang Out at the drive-in theater. And then the weekend after that, obviously, on the 29th, I will be at Battle Club defending my Magic Heavyweight Championship. I've got some other things coming up that I'm not going to announce quite yet, but stay tuned, keep your eyes peeled, and you can always find my body of work on independentwrestling.tv. There's some great shows up there. Video on demand replay of WWR Plus should be up soon, so check that out for sure.
Terry, I got one last bit of breaking news for you.
Uh-oh.
See, this is why I said you smell like poo-poo and pee-pee. You come on here breaking all this news, and it's just too much for people. You know, my heart is not okay, but go ahead. Let's do this.
But his breaking news doesn't smell like poo-poo and pee-pee. It smells like new car.
I'm
right.
He smells like poo-poo and pee-pee. Not his breaking news. Him, personally. Him.
I do not. And whenever we come face to face, you will see it firsthand. That is a title that I will die for. Best smelling promoter ever.
And a plaque. We got to get a plaque made up.
She mentioned IWTV, and they're great. But for the first time ever, Show 1 on Title Match Wrestling Network will stream live.
Wow. Wow, so we people will be able to be there. Yeah,
so live. People will be able to watch. They'll see the first part of the tournament, and then the second show will be, I think, 2 days later. If I recall correctly, it'll be up 2 days later. But you'll be able to catch the entire show in a matter of days if you can't make it live.
That's awesome. Very.
Yes.
It'll be where?
TitleMatchWrestlingNetwork.com.
I gotta get to my title match promo thing that I did. Go to titlematchwrestling.com. Go to the live tab. It's going to say Battle Club Pro made a franchise reign. You click right there on it. If you're not signed up, you get 2 weeks for free, $9.99 afterwards. Go get it.
That was done excellently with that butter smooth voice.
Yes, and then
See,
Terry
I compliment
solidifying
you. You talk about how I smell. That's terrible.
Terry solidifying the partnership though. He gonna make sure all your shows get on the Title Match Network now.
We appreciate Title Match Network for all the shows that they put on. That's all I'll say. Shout out to y'all though. Follow them on Instagram and Twitter. Those my people. But before we go, Joakim, I got to ask you one more question.
Uh-oh.
I got to ask you. Is Erica going to be one of the people in the ring that people can get a picture with?
So, that's a good question, and I was going to ask her the day of, but you're putting me on the spot. So VIPs are going to get meet and greets with champions Tasha Steelz, the Sea Stars, MV Young, Erica Leigh. Would you like to be in that ring for the meet and greet?
I would love to be there.
There you go. There's your answer.
Champion right there. Love to hear it. I just needed a picture, so that was really
So I'll whenever I get a chance to speak to Trish, maybe we can make it all 5 title holders for the night in the ring. Maybe Lee would be, maybe we get 6, maybe we can just set up a champions row.
That would be
and that's
dope.
who you get your VIP pictures with.
That would be dope.
Lee lost his championship. Don't do that.
Yo, man, you're freaking right. I forgot. To Wheeler, right? Yeah, to Wheeler. Happy arms.
Yeah,
Man,
hurt my heart.
that's unfortunate. Great guy.
We'll talk to Trish tomorrow, possibly. Me and her.
Oh, word?
Yeah,
I'm gonna tap in, like you like to say.
Tap in.
Tap.
Hey, stop it. All right. I don't know, man. I'm just happy with this combo because, like I told Erica when we first got on here, I came across her like last July. During COVID, I came across a lot of wrestlers, and then I saw her on some what they call it that hot girl shit. She was on Camp Leapfrog, and I was like, oh, okay. I saw her and Masha Slamovich go back and forth, and I was like, she wrestle. Okay. Then I saw heard people putting her over. So, I'm just happy that he was able to do this, Erica, because you are one of my favorite wrestlers on my list that will be coming out later this year.
Uh-oh.
We got a list going.
Really
Terry got the WLW, kind of like the PWI. You ranking?
Yeah, only independent people. You can't appear on no TV.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you.
Yet. So,
I'm with you.
that's
So does that disqualify Impact and AEW?
If you're on Dynamite, not on Dark and Elevation and all that, you know what I'm saying? But Impact, I don't get Impact in my area, but yes, they are disqualified. So.
I ain't gonna play taco like that.
You have to have. I'm just saying, you have to have time on there. You can't just have one appearance and then be like, "Oh, they were on TV. It's over." Oh, no, we're not gonna do that.
So what happens in 2.5 weeks when Erica gets signed after she does my show? Is she gonna be off your list?
She's out of there then.
Man.
Erica, it's a gift and a curse.
It's a gift and a curse. She'll be on a different list, but she'll be out of that list.
Yeah,
she'll be like,
qualified. All right.
Joakim, you cold-blooded for that. Got to ask. He asked those hard questions. One last thing, Joakim. Let's say that we're in the New Jersey area and we've never been there. Erica, are you from the Northeast area?
I grew up in New Jersey, but currently live in Virginia.
Shout out to Virginia. How is New Jersey, the area itself? I've been through there one time. It wasn't I didn't get anything from it that made me want to come back. But how's the New Jersey area?
There are different areas in New Jersey.
Yeah.
It's a large, very populated state.
I was by Hackensack and something
So
else. I don't know.
You would have gotten So I'm gonna say this because I'm not the biggest fan of Jersey for my personal reasons, but I will say this: if you can't find a place, if you can't find anything good about a place, that's one thing. What you can always find in Jersey is solid wrestling up and down, whether it's north, south, east, west. There's always solid wrestling coming out of New Jersey. You know, H2O, Wrestle Pro, you know,
Monster
the Phil
Factory.
Sheridan building. Yeah, there's just so much. There's so much great wrestling that comes out of Jersey. That's one. Two, Jersey, New York, and Connecticut, three best states to get pizza from. So Jersey's pizza is up there. So those are the two things I will definitely attest to for positive things. If you're a Jets fan, I don't know if it's a positive thing that you can go to the Meadowland or whatever they call MetLife to watch them play. Hopefully they're better this year. But great wrestling in Jersey, great pizza in Jersey. Erica's from Jersey, so that's another reason. There's another good thing. And we're both wearing green. Look at that. We're a tag team that you realize just happened. Just happened.
That
Totally
mentality on the same.
Totally forgot. I've been to Jersey like twice. You know what I'm saying? The Colts came out there and smashed the Jets, and then we beat the Giants. Totally forgot about that. Shout out to Jersey for that, though.
For getting beat.
Damn.
Getting beat, you know what I'm saying? That's messed up, though.
But that wasn't even Jersey. That was technically New York.
The New York
So
Jets,
I'm offended now.
it was in Metal. Well,
Yeah,
you know
but
how I
it's
felt.
the New York Jets.
Yeah, I don't understand that though. You know what? Maybe it's just a state promotional cross thing like Magic and Battle Club.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, we're in New York, but we're gonna play in Jersey. I don't.
Yeah.
There's no rules in Jersey, so maybe that's why they play in Jersey.
No, I don't know.
Well, Jersey's our sister. We're not going to tread the line too far. We just going to our sister state.
I'm in the Midwest, so you know I don't know what to say. But we'd like to thank Joakim for coming through. Well, thank you, Joakim, because you know through the COVID period, you held out on Battle Club, and we talked to you a few times, and you was like, "I got to make sure it's the right time to do it." And even though it's not in New York and you're doing it in Jersey, welcome back to Battle Club. We're glad to see it. Shout out to Danielle from the Pretty Hills, you know, being a sponsor on this. Shout out to them. Oh, and THWF, True Hardcore Wrestling Fans. Follow them on Facebook. I am an admin. I don't really be on Facebook, but if you tag me in something, I'll pop up. And thank you to Erica Leigh. Erica wrestles all over your social media for joining us here today. I want to call her the Suplex Queen.
Suplex Queen?
Have you seen the suplexes that she does?
She's great. She is incredible. The stills of her kicking people in the face have been my favorite thing.
Hey,
my favorite thing because it's just so much focus on her face when she's obliterating someone else's. It's great.
Yeah,
I have a question though for Erica, if I may, before you get out.
Go ahead.
And I'm gonna do business, so I don't care what you say. But yesterday was the open house for the Fallout Shelter, the wrestling school that Battle Club Pro is opening along with Federated. J. Leigh Photography, our friends, all our friends,
absolutely.
They are interested in doing photography at the school for training sessions and just seeing things on the farm system end. So my question to Erica is, in due time when that happens, would you like to be a guest coach?
Oh my God. Guest coach? Very flattered, very honored. I don't know that I'm necessarily in a position to be coaching other people. I'm definitely still finding my but I would definitely love to roll and take that up and roll around with everybody. For sure.
All right. We'll definitely keep in touch about that.
If J. Leigh's there, I gotta get more photos. You know I'm a ham for
But
okay.
like I always say, if I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then we love wrestling. It's too sweet. Ooh.